everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have a little bit of announcement. This is going to be the last Paper Wishes vlog, but don't worry, we're going to turn them all into webisodes. Okay, so we have at Paper Wishes, we have webisodes and we have vlogs, and they're pretty much the exact same thing. So we're just consolidating things a little bit. So from now on, we will be referring to everything as webisodes, and we will still be having them on the same days. I don't think there really won't be any difference in the content at all. We're just consolidating, so just wanted to let you know. So I'm really happy to bring you today from Creative Expressions. These are the paper cut dies, paper edgers, except for one is a corner edger. So let's get right to it. This is the Paper Cuts Collection Jasmine Edger. This is what the edger looks like. And what's great about these today is they are all 6 inches long, so that they will fit through a standard big shot die cutting machine, okay? Which is what I like to use. I think it's the one that's the most commonly found. This is what this one looks like when it's cut from the edge of a card. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and then we've got the Daisy Bouquet edger. Oh, that's what this one looks like. And when it is cut from a card, that is gorgeous. Now we've got the Iris edger. Okay, and that one looks like that. And then we've got, this one is the Crocus edger. This one is so pretty. It's a spray going up and down or side to side. And, oops, samples are sticking together. Here we go. That's what this one looks like. So you can have it be like a swag going in this direction or in this direction. And we just cut these pieces off of cards like this, but if it was attached to your card, it would look like that. All right, and so we've got the Climbing Clematis. That is this one right here. And that's what this one looks like. Love the swirls and the detail. And this one is the Wisteria edger, like that. And once again, that can go this way on your card, or it can go horizontally. And that's what that one looks like. This too. And then finally, we've got a Paper Cuts Rose Corner. And that's what this one has, actually 3 pieces to it. Oops. There we go. So it's got this corner piece, and then it's got these 2 little pieces, a little stem with leaves and a little flower. So that's what this one looks like. And that's what it would look like if you cut it out of the corner of your paper. And of course, those are the little leaves and the flower. All right, so let's get right to it. Show you my first card. Here we go. This one uses the Jasmine edger. And normally I like to show you all the different ways to put these through your machine. I actually did that not too long ago. On May 11th, we did some Paper Cuts edgers, and I went through the whole system of how to put them directionally through your machine if they're a little bit too large for your 6-inch wide platform. But I'm not going to do that today because these all fit through the 6-inch wide platform, and I'm just going to have you refer to that video. So if you're watching us on YouTube, just go to our page for Paper Wishes, and you'll be able to find them marked 511, and you just click on that one. On our Paper Wishes vlog page, which will now turn to a webisode page, if you just go to the gallery on the right hand side, click on the gallery, look for May 11th video, and it'll be right there. Okay, so, but what I am going to concentrate on today is showing you some beautiful designs, and also I've had some questions about shimming with cutting dies. And sometimes your die cutting machine might be old, your plate might be warped, and you're just having trouble with highly detailed dies, and these would be considered highly detailed. If you're just having so much trouble, we're going to talk about shimming. So the first thing before I get into the card is we have some tools that Debbie and I love to use for shimming. The first one is the Easy Shim Self-Molding Die Cutting Pads, and they look like great big, very stiff thick pieces of batting for quilting, but they're not. I'm assured that they do something different. And what you do is you would take your card and your die, and then you would just take a little piece of stencil tape, low tack tape, and you would just put that right there. Okay, and then of course this needs to be a 6-inch wide card if it's going to fit through your machine. You go ahead and you would put it here, and then you would put this lovely little easy shim and then put that there. Okay, now it looks like it's just, that's too thick, Lene. How's that going to get through there? But it compresses down so tight, and then it's going to stay compressed after you run it through your machine several times, and it works great when it's thin. And so we've just been using the same one. We just kind of keep folding it and turning it, and we've been using it for months and months and months. And you get 2 of them, and we make a ton of cards. So we both really like this product. Okay, so there's the easy shims. And then we've also got, this is the self-mending cutting deck or cutting pad from iCrafter. And we like to use this too. This one would take the place of one of your plates. And because it's kind of it's a hard plastic, but there is give to that. So you can do it this way, or you can turn this, oh, I lost some of my tape. You could turn this upside down. Do it this way so I don't lose my tape. All right, you could turn this upside down. So now you only have one plate under here. And then you just put that right there. And now the plate, the cutting die is face up instead of face down. And it really kind of digs into this a little bit and just cuts through the paper really easily. Okay, so once again, you've got plate, clear plate, die, card, and then you've got the self-healing cutting mat. Okay, so that's another great one for shimming. All right, and then we've also got another one. This is by Sizzix, and this is a metal plate. It's very mirrored, okay? But it's a metal plate, and what you would do with this one would go right here. See our camera. This one right here, you would put the card down right there, tape that down, and put that through there, and then run it through. Now, you might need to remove some of your platform, shims right here, these layers. You might want to peel the top one off. But this one gives something really hard, and the metal pushes against that for the die, and it also helps with a really clean cut. So, there you go. Now, if you need just a little bit of a shim and you have maybe a part on your die that's just not cutting through right in the middle, you can just take a little piece of cardstock, and I just like tear a little piece of cardstock, and I'll just put it like right there where it's having trouble, and then go right through your machine again, and it just puts extra pressure between the plate and the die. All right, so there's a little thing on shimming. Also, another tool is the, what is this called? This is the die brush. Wow, I was still thinking of other things. The die brush, and so when you get little pieces of paper stuck in your die and you're sitting here poking them out with your scissors and stuff, the die brush is fantastic. You just have all this little white paper stuck in there, and then you go face down, so the die is face down, and you just go like this along all those little holes, and the brush just pushes everything out. It's a brilliant little tool. So for those of you that are new to die cutting, and I've been having some questions about die cutting and shimming and things like that, hopefully those answer some questions, some more basic kind of techniques. All right, to the cards. All right, so as I said, this one is the Jasmine Edger. And I used for my background paper, let's start with that. I use the Gingham No. 2 paper pack. Has this wonderful sort of tealy aqua, which I love. And then I cut my image using from Hunky Dory Diamond Sparkles Shimmer Cardstock Jade Green. Okay, and this is what it looked like when I cut it from that, right? And what I want to do now is just take my little scissors, and I want to, because I cut it from a longer piece, okay? So this piece is actually, this card is actually 5 by 6.5 inches. Get these at Paper Wishes. They come with a coordinating envelope. So because I wasn't putting the card through the machine, it didn't matter how tall the card is. So this one I could even go up to like a 7-inch tall card, 8-inch tall card, depending on how wide your paper was. I'm just going to go ahead and release this cutaway edge from the paper. And using this Diamond Sparkles paper, this is a good example of where you would do some shimming with any of these edgers, because it's really, it's just a little different than just normal cardstock. So with this one, I do find it very helpful to shim. All right, so that's released now. And then I just glued that on my card, okay, once I had it covered with my paper here, just a little bit smaller than the card. And I glued that down, and then, well, actually before I glued it down, I put a little paper, just a plain cardstock, right about there. And you could just glue that down. You could use sticky specs to do that. So let's show you how sticky specs work on this. If you're not familiar with sticky specs, they come with a bunch of sheets, and they're just little pieces of glue dots all over. They're just brilliant. So I'm only going to use it on the left-hand side. So I don't need to put this whole thing on there. Actually, I'm going to put it kind of sideways, kind of wonky. All right. Just peel that off, and when you do that, you've just made this into a sticker. Whoa! Card overboard. There we go. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're going to attach this to some cardstock. Yeah, I keep wanting to do it. There we go. All right, so that's nice and set. Then I'm just going to cut away everything else here that I don't want. And what I'm doing is I'm really just the left side or the cutaway side of this die. I want to make sure that that has a nice backing so that it stands out, so that you can really see what happened here. Piece of paper just, what in the world? There, so that my piece of paper, so that the cutaway parts here really show up, because if you put that against the gingham, I mean, it looks fine, but it doesn't really stand out as much with the gingham behind it. Just on these cutaway areas, kind of, you lose that intricate cutting. All right, so that's what you're going to do. So this half is still extending off the right side, and this half now has a nice little backing. And then I went ahead and put that right there. And then I ran this die through the machine again with white cardstock, and I just cut off the little white flowers. Maybe we can zoom in on that, Steve. I cut out those white flowers, and he's getting the zoom ready. There we go. And then I just added a little bit of silver sticky specks to the center right there of each one of those little flowers for that jasmine. And then I also added some beautiful fancy border dazzles. I used this white sheet, and there's this beautiful one right here, and I just laid that right down there. And then I really wanted my little greeting, my little thank you to show. So these are tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers. and they come in silver, white, black, and gold. I just used some of the little white ones there, vinyl sticker, and just put them right there. Added a little bow, and I was all set. And so that just opens like that. And I thought that turned out really sweet. All right, so this next one uses the daisy edger, the daisy bouquet. Is my card. All right, wow. So here's my card, and with this one I did something a little bit different. You can see that I cut it out of white cardstock. So I went through put my edger on the center here, right? And then, so I just started off with a plain sheet of white cardstock, put it on the center. Now I'm going to cut that, just release that from the cutaway part. Comes right off. All right, and now I've got this piece right here, which I'm going to take an oval cutting die. This is 12 oval and scallops cutting die. Wow, they got really out of control in the package. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right here and then run it through my machine again, and then I'll have just this half oval. Then I'm going to take 2 ovals, okay, like this, and I'm going to make my little frame. And for that, I used this green right here from Sweet Pea cardstock. This is new that we're putting a couple of patterned cardstocks in our collection of cardstocks. So this one has this black dot right here, and then it's also got a pink dot, which you can't see. So I took the green and made my little frame, and then I just laid that frame right over the top of this. Okay, so I just, or really I glued this white piece to the back of the frame. Then I put a little bit of glue, and before I did the glue, colored my flowers with, I didn't color them. I added 3D crystal lacquer. Okay, so if I wanted to get a little shine, I wanted it to be clear, I wanted my daisies to stay white. So I just did on these 2 daisies and 2 kind of buds, I just squeezed out a little bit of this crystal lacquer and just sort of spread it around with the tip and let that dry for probably 2 hours, because it does take a while to dry. And then if you can see that, there we go. It's got a nice shine, and it's also got some dimension. It's got a pretty thick layer on there. So once I did that part, then I put a little squeeze of glue in the center here. Now this is all before I've glued this to the card. And I added a little bit of yellow pollen. I just like sprinkled some out. So these flowers have a lot of texture to them. They're fun to touch. Then I also took a pen. This is the Tri-Blend marker from Spectrum Noir, and I used a dull green blend. And I just colored all of the stems and leaves that are not evacuated over here. And then I went ahead and glued this to my card front. I went back to those tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers right here, used that white one again, and just curved that as I put it down and added a little yellow jute bow to that. So that was a really fun card to make. I enjoyed that one. All right, so now here's another one. This is using that great rose corner edger right here. And for this one, my friend Debbie, she took a larger square. So this is a 6x6 card. Okay, so she actually started with a 6x6 piece of cardstock, and then she just cut that, ran that through her machine, and then ran it through the machine a second time to get these corner edges. And then she just trimmed off the excess with her cutting platform. And then she cut it, she ran it through a second time using, Secret Garden cardstock for the green. And then she just took those little pieces of green that are normally evacuated, and she stuck those in on the white one, okay? Then she added a little bit of metallic gold. That's what she covered her 6x6 card with. And then she also then added a layer of, this is Merlot suede. Suede paper, great, has a texture. She did a layer of that. And then she put also some gold behind these roses and then die cut the image again. Really, you could just get away with just doing just that top of that corner and cut around those flowers and glued them on top of this image. So cute. And then she used this extra little cutting dies, and that's where she did her little pink flowers right there and the little stems. And then she also added a little bit of evergreen ink, and she took her little blending brushes. And this set of 4 blending brushes has this tiny little brush. And we love this one. It's the smallest one we carry. You just put a little bit of ink on there, and then you can just spot ink that. Of course, that's all before you're putting that on the suede paper. Let's see, what else can I tell you? She also used for her greetings. Where did I put them? She used the We're Together Dazzle stickers. Here they are. I found them. Here we go. And they come in all different kinds of colors here. They come in a great big pack. So you've got white, kind of a bronze, silver, and a gold. And she used both the gold and the bronze, kind of layering one on top of the other right there. All right. And then this last card, Debbie did this one too, and this is the iris. No, this is the wisteria. Sorry, this is the wisteria edger. Now, this one, you could have it go this way, but you know, then your wisteria is really just standing out kind of unnaturally. So having it sort of drip and cascade down on a horizontal card is nice. Once again, this is a 6-inch wide card, and she covered her card, oops, with Secret Garden paper, these great little green and pink backgrounds. And then she ran the wisteria, again, this is the Purple Circles holographic paper. And look how it looks on the card. You don't even see like that circle pattern on there, which can be kind of wild, but it's great for adding little bits of color to your images. Then she added some dazzle stickers at the top and the bottom, some green and some purple, and also some tiny words and, no, these are script greeting dazzle stickers. And they also come in a big pack that have white, brown, silver, and gold. Then she colored in these little pieces of her stems and leaves, and she used light green blend and earth brown blend right there. So really sweet card. I love how she did that. So you guys, we've got a great money saver on all of these. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes vlog page, which will disappear after the 27th when this is airing on May 27th, just look from now on under the webisode page. We're still going to be sending out emails, so you'll be able to find us. But if you're looking at the money saver, just look on the right-hand side of the screen and click on that image. And if you're watching us on YouTube, look in the description box below the video, and you'll find a link to that Paper Wishes vlog page where you'll find the money saver on the right-hand side. The photo gallery is directly below the video, where you'll see these cards plus supply lists. And then we also have a drop-down list with every single supply I use. So if you're interested in these brushes, or you're interested in the scissors or the dazzle stickers, they're all listed there, as well as all the shimming tools that I showed you today. Let's see, what else can I tell you? If you're looking for more details on how to use these edgers with your machine, as I said, check out the May 11th vlog in the gallery that's on the far left side, or excuse me, far right side. And that's a good reference for you for that. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.